Hey people, it's Dim, and today I want to give you a quick message, quick reminder that just got to me a couple of hours ago when I was talking once again with some of the friends, and it just randomly popped into my head and reminded me of my state 3 or 4 years ago. Don't exactly remember when exactly it started to change, but what I wanted to talk about is this state when if some of you feel like you have to earn someone's approval, like you have to do something for people, you have to make them like you. I think, yeah, that ties up to our desire to make other people like us. I definitely was in that state this 3 years ago. I was a fucking people pleaser. I my worst nightmare was someone was disapproving me, and that stopped a lot of my self-expression. I was really anxious. I couldn't just do anything I wanted to. I had to always think about other people. I had to check with other people. Do you like that? Do you just what do you want? And not asking myself, what do I want? And what do I want to achieve in my life? What do I want to pursue in my life? Right? It was a strange focusing on the moment when I'm with other people. It still remained to this very day when when I am with any other person who is around me, like the world feels a little bit different. And that I need to consider their feelings. I still catch myself sometimes of doing some things because I think that it will be better for people. I think now it's switched not for it's not that in my face like it was before. Previously, I actually heard the thought, I want people to like me. Now it's more like I don't want to hurt them. I want them to have a good time. But what is the underlying cause of that? Sometimes it's just human generosity. That sometimes it's just desire to give them a good experience. But sometimes I feel like I'm stepping in my boundaries still and just doing something for people thinking that, oh, at least they will think highly of me. And I guess that's the trap we still go to from time to time. But I just wanted to remind you that it may not be hard to remove this obsession with people liking you. But I want to remind you that there are two approaches here. Firstly, you can be afraid that people won't like your current state right now and try to achieve that, try to improve so people would like you, right? So you could definitely know that people like you. That is kind of an anxious approach. It can work. It is motivating, it is self-improvement approach. It causes you to just enhance your life, and eventually it will give you that abundance, and eventually it will give you that assuredness that you're enough by itself, like in your current state. That's not to say that you won't improve after that, but you will be okay with current state. But yeah, that is the second thing. Knowing that you're okay with your current state and not needing other people for your approval. And that is a hard thing to contemplate. That is a hard thing to accept. It may be so internalized, this belief that I need other people. How can I be without them? And yeah, you probably can't. You probably can actually, but it will be really hard. It's like really advanced enlightenment level when we become monks and go into some woods and live by ourselves. That is possible. People are doing that. But that is such an advanced level, and I personally wouldn't want to do that ever. Or at least not longer than a couple of weeks. To go to some retreat or something. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about needing people currently in your life. Because when you take a step back, what is abundance mentality? Let's talk about that a little bit. It's you believing that you can find people who will like you, even if we're not trying to get them right now, knowing that it is possible for you. It is possible for you if you improve your sample size, if you try more, if you make enough effort, or you just be patient and wait for some time. It is possible, and knowing that it is possible will relax you a little bit in the present. I'm not saying that it will fix you. It will fix this attachment to wanting people to like me, to like you. It won't probably. It won't do that if you repeat it one time. But by practicing it, by making it your meditation, by just trying to convince yourself, by brainwashing yourself that it is possible, that future still holds this thing, and looking forward to that future. Being okay, trying to be okay with your current version, but looking forward to the future. And that can make you go for your desires, for what you want in the present. And that can actually be a key to living happy life in the present. Being assertive, being more outcome independent, finding people who you like, not people who like you. That can be the same thing. That can be in the same people, probably I should say. But yeah, it can give a lot of things in today. And I probably think most of you know that if you listen to this. I just wanted to remind you that you are enough. Not stop improving yourself. That's not an excuse to be the shittiest version of yourself and not do anything else. It's more like a reminder that while you are working on the best version of yourself, it is okay to be the current you. And some books that can help with that, I would firstly recommend When I Say No, I Feel Guilty. I don't remember the author of that book, but it has really specific names, so you probably can find it. There is another book that is usually recommended. It's called No More Mr. Nice Guy. But I personally feel that the first one, the book When I Say No, I Feel Guilty, is much more useful in practicing assertiveness, in practicing saying what you want and being okay with doing something that may not be socially acceptable, may not be universally acceptable, doing some controversial stuff because you know that you want that. You want to do that. So it's an awesome book. It changed my mindset. Really great. I really recommend you read it. If you having trouble with this assertiveness setting up boundaries, going for what you want, and people pleasing. Really awesome book. And it's not talking about just like saying no to people, it's just a book about general assertiveness. So don't be rebuffed by the name, just go and read it. Like this book is definitely worth it. No More Mr. Nice Guy is good as well, and it's not for only guys, it's for girls as well. So if some of you watch me, you can read that book as well. It's just an awesome book of not being a doormat to other people. And that is already 11 minutes, so I think I'll end up here. I talked a lot more than I wanted to. I wanted this to be a quick message, that a reminder that, yeah, I already said that. Be okay with current version of yourself, keep working on your best version, and as always, have fun with the process.